life every day. We wake up programmed to get that paper, go slaving. What's the play, bruh? Oh, you trying to buy a house? And what you say, sis? Oh, you trying to screw him now? Yeah, y'all talking about. You don't even know, just tune into that television. Let them lie to us, now we living out they vision. Man, it's twisted not to mention niggas screaming they be woken every way. Hand out, waiting for a semi for the play. But who am I to say how the game is played? Conscious conversate, that's what we having today. Maybe we can elevate and find some better ways. The choice is yours, cause either way, I'ma say.
So, this is my disclaimer. All this shit is alleged. These are my factual opinion. I don't believe anything I'm saying. So, you can go argue with yourself in the comments. Peace. Peace. Welcome back to the Elephant in the Room Factual Opinion Podcast. They call me Carlo, aka Lou Morningstar. Back in this piece with my man.
I'm Eugene, Willis, aka BlackNerdNinja, Ninja Go, Indie Boxcart Media.
Right on. Did you enjoy your weekend?
Yeah, man, it was alright, man.
Do some barbecue and celebrating shit?
Nah, I ain't celebrating that.
You ain't celebrating that?
I ain't celebrating that, bro.
You had nothing to celebrate?
I ain't got nothing to celebrate.
Oh,
look, you already know when people hear that, they're gonna be like, he must be ungrateful. Nah, I ain't ungrateful. You know, just ain't nothing to celebrate, man.
Ungrateful about what?
No, I'm saying right. What to celebrate?
The Juneteenth?
Juneteenth? No. But you know what? When it comes to that, man.
A lot of people don't actually know what that is.
Yeah, correct.
So what exactly is that?
You know, so pretty much that's when the slaves were freed. But here's my thing with it. In Texas, you remember they had to go and let them know. I think 2 years later after.
Yeah,
they had to let them know.
They found out late.
They found out late, man.
There's some niggas that still don't know.
Yeah. Look, they found out real late, man. They found out real late. So I mean, it's all good. Like I like the fact that they're doing it, and it's cool. There's a holiday, but
I don't.
But we were already doing it though.
I don't like the fact that they're doing it.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
It's a psychological fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So Sleepy Joe and the feds say it's a holiday.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
That's a whole distraction.
Correct.
That's all they did was tell you it was a holiday and made it a federal holiday. Man, fuck the feds. Matter of fact.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you gonna fall for all the reparations and shit everybody want, all that, that's cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But at some point, we got to let them know that we not stupid.
Correct. Because you know there's been some backlash after they made a holiday. Because remember there's a meme going on with Kemp saying he's not gonna make it a paid holiday. but I think I don't know, it's because it's so much piled into it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can look at it from a marketing angle, right? Just good marketing, because this is the best time to do something like that, right? Or maybe somebody did have pure intention, they just trying to catch up, right? So then you have people who would like jump on that, clap their hands for that. And then you have people who just like, well, we were already doing this type deal. Know what I'm saying? So I think the black community as a whole, I don't think no one really cared, right? As far as like where it impacted you on a level to where it's going to make a difference in your life. You know what I'm saying?
I think anybody, in my opinion, that feels like Juneteenth is something to lift up, obviously don't know they still a slave.
Yeah, correct.
Because from my understanding, they didn't get. He didn't free the slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Just told them they couldn't do it down south. So it just moved them.
Mm-hmm.
They called it something different.
Yeah.
And then depending on what label you pick up and whatever flag you wave, if you black or whatever that is,
what you identify as, yep.
So that puts you under a jurisdiction
Mm-hmm.
where you're not included in the packages that's given out.
Correct. And then remember,
and Sleepy Joe know that.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna lead right into it because there's this tweet that Candace Owens put out. Read that.
Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
I did see that.
You seen that? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's all it is. I think, like, this one, a lot of it is just distractions.
That's how I'm taking the whole
bunch of distractions.
The whole making it a holiday shit.
Yeah, like it's just a bunch of distractions, man.
Because I personally just feel like if it's gonna be a we,
mm-hmm.
then we gonna have to agree on some shit,
Mm-hmm.
or not agree on some shit. And if it's gonna be a we, I'm all for not waiting till June.
Yeah.
You know, just like you don't wait till June to go to church. You go to church every Sunday.
Yep.
Or all week, depending on how deep you are into what you're doing.
Yeah, yep. But you know what? Have you noticed that everybody's getting their own month and getting their own day? Have you noticed that?
No.
There's a lot of, except I think there's no men day. There's no men month.
Father's Day.
See, people.
I'm saying that's close as you gonna get.
I know, but but women have a month.
I didn't know that. Well,
yeah, I forget what month it is, but there's a women's month, right? There's a Pride month, right?
Yeah,
I hate
June.
And I hate to say there's a mental health and awareness month, right?
But them issues you gotta address every day.
Correct. So like it's those little. It really feels like a bunch of distractions because I think you referred to this a few podcasts ago where you're talking about like the different how you broke down state and the government, how you were talking about like as far as like not mandate, what'd you call it? We're talking about, you talk about America as a whole, and then you broke it down to America as a whole, and then you have your states,
which is like the plantation.
yeah,
the manor.
Yeah, the manor, yeah.
And then you got the governor who watches over the manor.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and he reports back to them to let them know that he got everything under control over here. You know. So.
Yep. So yeah, man, like it go back to all of that, man, where it's just a bunch of foolishness. That's over. We say it's just a bunch of foolishness, and we keep harking on. Well, I don't identify that. Well, it don't even matter in the day because we are
I
the same
thought the
problem.
aliens was coming, so I don't.
Were you gonna storm on Area 54?
No, I'm just saying we celebrated Juneteenth.
Yeah.
We forgot about the aliens coming.
And the meteor.
And is it a meteor?
Yeah. I mean, so they say.
Planet near the Rubu?
But I mean,
something.
People don't like. What do you do with all this? You know, at the end of the day, what do you do with all this? Like, it's more stuff to add to a calendar, right? But what do you do with it?
I guess, man, there are people who find not the word I'm looking for, comfort, I guess.
Yeah.
And feel like there's some sort of progression. So I'm not gonna knock that.
Yeah, correct.
Because that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But at the same token, progression towards what? So if it's progression towards more enslavement, then I don't think we should be celebrating it, because it's a federal holiday. Those are the slave owners. What are you talking about? Like, you can't give me nothing because I ain't no slave. You can't free me. I'm free.
Yep. You ever heard what's his name? I think it's not Dr. Anderson. I think it's Dr. Charles. That's
Dr. John Henry Clark.
John Henry Clark. I think it's John Henry Clark. He's from the 70s. But pretty much I'll find the name. But pretty much he opens up with one of the first few speeches I heard, or lectures I heard from him. He pretty much opens up with the fact that you don't have your native tongue. The native tongue we all have is pretty much English, but that's not our native tongue.
Languages, names, all gone.
Yeah, all gone, man.
Matter of fact, they're not gone. They tucked away.
Yep.
The feds got them.
Like, they know.
And if you dig deep enough into the feds and the CIA, even on their websites and whatnot, you will find out that they label us as black extraterrestrials.
Yep.
And terrestrial meaning from the land. Extra meaning land outside of this land, not extraterrestrial as in outer space.
Yep. So, but it's hard for us to accept that though,
because we don't understand what that is.
Yeah, it's hard.
If they was to tell you that they call you a black extraterrestrial, you'll be like, oh, so they saying we came from outer space?
Yeah, that basic, what you've been influenced by from
so
television.
We can't grasp that concept because of the way we've been educated.
Yep. All day and
you gotta forget everything that you learned to grasp what the fuck really going on.
Yep.
Because holding on to that is holding on to the motherfucking chains and the locks.
Correct. And keeping it going. Remember we talked about that a few weeks ago. I was like, pretty much we keep the construct up.
That's it.
We police ourselves. We police ourselves enough to where you really don't have to depend on your location. There's enough people policing it to where you really don't have to call the police, because the citizens will, the everyday citizen will say something or keep you in line, keep you in order. You know, you say something.
Keep the illusion in place.
Keep that illusion in place, man. That's it. Cause we see it all the time. You'll say something like.
And that's because people, they don't want their reality shooken up. They wanted it back to normal and all this shit. What is normal?
Correct.
Because in your mind, in some people's minds, they thinking, well, since it ain't gonna go back to normal, that means it's gonna get worse.
Dr. Amos Wilson, that's what said that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Amos Wilson.
They think that means, okay, it ain't going back to normal. That means it's gonna get worse. But if we're saying that we want liberation, then it has to fall.
Yep. All of it.
So the reality that you want to keep in place, it's going to get worse. But the idea of liberation is now closer at reach.
Yep.
Real liberation.
Real liberation. Yep.
Not holding on to this specific reality and taking handouts and asking for shit.
Man, the handouts. Yeah. But you know what? I think those handouts are the reparation.
What handouts?
That's what I think.
Talking about the stimulus and shit?
All that money they're paying out.
Let me tell you something. Didn't they have a problem scraping up the money?
Yeah, they said they had a problem.
They said they had a problem,
They said they had a problem,
But when it was time to get niggas in line to get the jab, you can win millions of dollars.
Right. Man.
Hey, man, miss me with that bullshit.
Right?
Man.
That's what I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm telling you, they gonna pay all this money out, right? And then that bill gonna come due.
They had to scrape up the money though. They ain't have it.
Yeah, they had to scrape up the money.
We had to scrape up the money, but we ain't gonna be able to give you that much.
Yeah. Yep.
But now you got enough money
to
give niggas free donuts, and they can win millions of dollars if they get the jab.
Somebody crunching them numbers.
I'm saying now you got money. Now you got money. All right.
But you know how people say like numbers never lie. Numbers lie. That's called cooking books.
Yeah, but the numbers ain't lying. The person who cooking lying.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say about the whole the federal holiday.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing but spell cooking, fam.
Yeah.
Cause soon as they put it on paper and write that spell and lock it, and then you agree to it and you celebrate it and you accept it.
Yep.
That's how the spell works.
Yep. You locked in.
So we begging to be spell cooked. Every time you turn around.
All day and every day, man. So
the law book is a book of spells and rituals and acts. They say acts, literally.
Yep. And if you're not mindful, you agree to something.
We ain't mindful because we think when you read, they passed an act in your mind. It don't mean like acting on TV. Yeah. No, that's exactly what it means.
Yep.
Just like the project. We call it the project, not thinking it means something else. But it means actually what the fuck it says. It's a project.
Exactly that.
So you go to digging into what it actually is, and I'm pretty sure you won't be so quick to
rep and all that,
to accept it.
So that's why we got to start at reading and researching, man. And not so you can go out and tell other people, but so that you know for yourself. So you can, because if we can start as individuals, start changing our behavior, changing the way we move, and change what we view, and then start thinking on the grander, on a higher level, you can change your whole life.
Well, that's what it boils down to, especially as far as this Juneteenth thing, because I could see somebody saying I'm bashing it, but at the same token, if I don't talk about it, it's certain people that's not gonna know to go get educated on it.
Correct.
So those people who don't necessarily know the full extent of what it is, they just gonna keep buying chains.
Yep. Dude, I kid you not, I had a young black male, one of the guys I mentor, come to me. He was like, "What's Juneteenth?" So it's a real thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a real thing. Like, there's some people who just don't know, and they're black. I
just forgot what it was.
Yep. Been waiting for
when it first started being a thing some years ago.
Yep.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Yep.
And then it kind of faded, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck is Juneteenth? After a couple of years, and I had to go back and be like, I ain't celebrating that.
Yep.
And not that I ain't gonna celebrate it, cause who don't love a good cookout?
Yep.
But you know.
Yeah. I mean, cause you celebrate every day, just being alive, right?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I do.
It's just that one day to remember. I don't know. We look at history so weirdly, man. Like, we look at history not to repeat it, but we look at it to.
How can you not look in the mirror before you go to work and say, I ain't free?
Yep.
And then get our work that weekend.
Yep.
And celebrate the freedom they gave you. The fuck? That ain't the same thing, fam.
They ain't the same thing, my man. Yeah. You know, you working all them hours, and then see what's even sad is that you work all those hours, right? And then you start participating in those same stereotypes. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you how to change it.
How?
God, this is what happens. Certain holidays that we have, that we don't have to go to work. They wasn't like that at first.
Correct.
Some of these Jewish holidays and so forth and so on. That community decided we ain't going to work.
Yep.
And there was so many people out of work. They were like, just go on and
take it.
and I witnessed this in my own hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, the Georgia Bulldogs play the Florida Gators.
Oh yeah. I know where you going with that. Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
they never have that rivalry game at the Georgia stadium. It's always in Florida on a neutral ground, so to speak, but it's still in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody goes to Florida.
Yep.
So this during the school year.
Yep.
That Thursday and Friday before the game, it's people headed to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers and students as well. And ain't nobody at work and ain't nobody at school.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, they made the fucking football game a holiday.
Yep. Everybody gone.
Because everybody gone. And I said that to say, if
Yep.
we gonna if we gonna keep it
Yep.
funky
Yep.
and let them know we ain't stupid,
Yep.
don't take your ass to work. Nobody.
I keep saying,
Nobody. White folk too. Don't go. It's a holiday, goddammit.
everybody got to stay at home.
Everybody gotta stay at home.
Like, can't be no 1 or 2 people still stay at home.
Nah, because they gonna get fired.
Everybody needs to stay at home. But that goes toward everything though. You
Right.
want to change all this stuff, man. Stop participating.
Because participating lets them know how deep the trance is on you.
Come on now. Stop participating. Stop showing up.
All this shit that's going on, all these distractions, is just gauges.
That's it, man.
They just checking your oil to see, they know people are so-called waking up, right?
Mm-hmm.
They trying to gauge how many at what rate.
Yep.
So they know what step to implement.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we can't never stay ahead of the curve, because you don't know whether to buy gold or a fucking solar generator.
Yep.
You don't know which way to go because it's so many things. Get ready for the 80s, Juneteenth, Gay Lives Matter. I don't know what the fuck, man.
No, man.
You see what I'm saying?
If we start back identify as human beings,
I ain't human.
or whatever the case may be, but if we start respecting one another,
Okay, I can dig that.
okay, we start respecting one another, and we start even on a local level. If each little local level start doing this and say, hey, we're gonna turn our back on the bigger stuff, because you got local farmers around you. You got the farmers market. You got local seamsters. Like you pretty much got everything you need within your community.
I want to
start
know.
shopping with them.
I want to ask white people, why y'all don't like black people? Like seriously. Like it's a lot of y'all that ain't got no power in nothing. Y'all work with us.
Yeah.
We play basketball together. But how your family feel about black people. I want to know why y'all don't like black people. Because, of course, y'all can pose the same question.
Yep, correct.
But we got proofs. We got receipts. We got reasons.
Yep.
And from those reasons, we can actually say, it ain't that we hate white people, but we know what y'all did. We know what some white people did.
From experience. Yeah.
So if you don't wave a flag and say, hey, I didn't agree with that.
Correct.
Then you what they say,
birds of feathers flock together. You part of the problem.
Yeah, pretty much. You agreeing to it. If you don't disagree, you agree.
Yep.
So
I mean, because it's hard to explain to them, well, why you don't like talk. What we want to talk about?
Because some of them, they be like, man, that was a long time ago, man. Let that go. I'm like, I ain't the one holding on to it, because I didn't gain from that.
Correct.
Ain't nobody who gained from that letting go of that.
Right.
They say one of these niggas, I think Elon Musk, one of them niggas got $200-300 billion or some shit like that. How many people they say on Earth?
Come on now, same amount.
Like 7 billion.
Yep.
No,
yeah.
I'm telling you, he got 300 billion.
Yeah.
It's 7 billion
Yeah.
people on Earth, right?
Uh-huh. So he can do some handout, can't
He
he?
can give everybody $1 billion and it won't even hurt him. So we got to understand who team we on, man.
Yeah. So you just said something right there.
Yeah, because the race thing is just another damn
Division.
Another divisive tool.
Just to, and it really just get your resources.
Yeah,
That's all it's devised for, to get your resources.
yeah, to
That's
feed
it.
off of your energy.
Get energy and resources. That's it. That pretty much what all of it. You stay.
That's all it is.
That for like all those distractions, it's literally taking energy or it's taking your physical resources. That's it.
Distractions are to keep you focused on the wrong shit.
And
And you wonder, and then you turn around and how shit happened.
Yep.
It's because you was worrying about niggas wearing dresses. I don't know why that's important,
Correct.
but I don't give a fuck about that.
Correct.
So by me not giving a fuck about it, I'm not giving that no energy. I'm watching this nigga over here trying to go in my pocket.
Right. That's it. That's it.
And and he didn't have a dress on. So, you know, like,
Yeah. We gotta be. Oh man.
you gotta be mindful, man.
Gotta be mindful.
And understand that this war is on so many different levels.
Yep.
And it's layered.
Yep. And everything ain't for you. Everything ain't your fight. Look, everything ain't your fight.
Everything ain't your. But that's the thing. They giving you shit to argue about. Like, if you ain't have a problem with it until somebody told you to have a problem with it, just to keep it funky, man. If they didn't show George Floyd on the damn internet so much, let's say nobody didn't tape it, we wouldn't know about it. So how could we care?
How could we care?
So it was purposely put in your face.
Yeah.
Because we all know that this shit happens every day.
See that, and that's why I was just about to say, because I'm always concerned about what I don't see. It's the ones I don't hear about, because you know it's multiple upon multiples upon multiples of those.
Man, think about the shit people do when the cameras ain't on them. Cause them niggas did that shit looking in the camera.
Correct.
This nigga was posing. Right?
Yep.
So just imagine what motherfuckers do when they know they in the privacy of their own situations.
Yep.
Like, you know.
Come on, man.
Because I know the kind of shit me and my people do that we wouldn't do on camera. And I ain't talking about no malicious shit. I'm just saying, we know everything ain't for everybody.
Correct. Apparently, they don't care for those who on camera and off camera. So I'm always concerned what's said behind closed doors. They're like, well, he signed that. Okay, but what was not? It's the things that I can't see behind those closed doors, because I know it didn't end there.
And the people, the people in power are also concerned about what's said behind closed doors. That's why they're trying to keep us separated and apart, and making it where the only way we can communicate is through them. By giving us technology. I could be sitting right beside Eugene, but we still gotta send a message through the phone. Like, hey man, send me that message about woo. So now they know what we talking about. You know, and of course they can listen through the phone if they really give a fuck.
Yep.
But they making it where we can't talk behind no closed doors.
Yep.
And they keep all the secrets. They want to bring shit to the table, say, okay, we gonna disclose this, and shit be redacted and covered up. And oh no, y'all ain't saying shit. Y'all still hiding shit. But when I hide shit, then I don't want everybody to know what kind of porn I watch. You know what I'm saying? That's my business, right?
That's your business.
But now, now. You type it in the phone.
You get on that radar, they gonna come out.
They know all your business, but they won't tell you.
Yeah.
But we supposed to be united. And they supposed to work for the people.
Yep.
So if they work for the people, why the people can't know what's going on with their country?
Or at least, because humans are so weird. So I say at least a certain. Why we can't have a council? I think you referred to this before. Have a council where people, okay, we speak with this council right here and show them, and then they can relay it to people. Like, at least have something like that.
That's what the government's supposed to be.
Man.
That's what the levels of government supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's why you have representatives that you vote for.
Yep, correct.
That supposed to represent you. Because we all can't go to the White House.
Correct.
So, Eugene, we elect you to be our representative. And that's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah. But.
Well, if you look at the word government, there go the problem right there. Anybody who ever had a car with a governor on it, what does the governor do? It only lets you go a certain speed. It governs the speed. You can't, when you get up to here, that's as fast as you can go.
Yeah.
So being governed means being restricted. I ain't sure I want to be restricted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then you got, when we say government, we think about the United States. You got to understand that there are governments in the United States that are not a part of the United States. So not only are you being governed by the United States, you're being governed by some governors. The governor of governors.
Look, then if you got a job, you've been governed by whoever there.
It's layers.
You know what I'm saying? You get married, you governed by well. Yeah, man. It's like a cycle, man. But then don't mess around and be like, you know what? I ain't doing this no more, man.
I mean, that's the answer.
Correct. I think for me, what works well for me is the fact that I know how to conduct myself in situations, but I also know how to detach myself at the same time. So when, okay, we tapping and talking about work. Okay, now y'all for talk about some foolishness. So I'm gonna detach myself.
You connected, but you're not attached.
Correct. Because I know how to listen and hear what I need to hear. Then, okay, that ain't for me. Because the problem is we listening and we eating everything. Eating everything that comes out.
Everything get emotional. You know, we attached emotionally to everything, especially black people, man.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Oh my God. You can't say shit. You can't do shit around niggas. Everybody get offended and shit.
Yeah,
like, man, watch out. Because at the end of the day, bro, you gotta put your feelings in your pocket about certain shit.
Yeah.
Cause you're not gonna make a the best decision critically.
Yep. Correct.
If your emotions involved.
Correct, and that's true. Because you learn that from studying, like, just studying human behavior, or just studying humans, or studying people, right? The first thing you have to remove those emotions, or you won't be able to analyze correctly or effectively, because you'll misanalyze. And
Get jaded.
Yeah, because the hardest person to analyze, especially if you're emotion connected to someone, and I'm saying this from experience, the hardest person to analyze for me was my wife.
Right.
Because those emotions were right there. So I will always misanalyze it, because now I'm throwing myself in it, and because now I'm overanalyzing and throwing stuff in the mix.
Because how you feel.
Yeah, because how I feel, right. And now I'm trying to put that off on her. She's like, what are you talking about?
And just like, okay, to add value to that, people will say, well, you ain't never really been in no relationships and shit, so how can you give advice? I can give advice because I'm not emotionally attached, and I'm looking at it for what the fuck it is.
Correct.
Now, I understand the emotional attachment and respect the feelings and all that bullshit. But when y'all a team and goals got to be met. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Bro, you wrong.
Yep.
Sis, you wrong. You in the way of getting there because of your feelings.
Yep. Oh, man. See, that lines, because, like, dude, when we start really focused on getting on track, I was like, hey, all this, the kids can pick what they want. Nah, forget all of that. We eat sandwiches. Well, they like to have choices. Ain't my problem. They ain't buying that. We eat sandwiches. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to remove all of that just so you can move forward.
So they gonna die?
You know what I'm saying? Eat sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? Because the only way to get somewhere and move forward within life, they ain't necessarily just within marriage, just within life. Because you have to be focused, and your emotion and life don't care nothing about your emotions.
And with that being said, a federal holiday is toying with your emotions.
Toying with your emotions. Yep.
They did that because they already what they call it when you see ahead,
or foreseen.
they foreseen
That's a foresight.
your reaction. They already knew how you was gonna react, so what they did was they stuck their finger in your booty hole and played with your emotion. They did absolutely nothing tangible. Nothing tangible.
They repackaged the gift and gave it to you. Because you already celebrating. They just repackaged and say, hey, here you go.
They spell cooked your emotions so they could feed off of you again. So let's get out our body. Let's get out our feelings about what I'm saying. I ain't saying I'm right. I ain't saying I'm wrong. But if we set the feelings aside, the emotions aside, and look at that for what the fuck it really is, it's an insult.
Yeah. Now you have some people say that. You have some people.
I'm saying if we gonna eat ribs on Juneteenth, let's not go to work neither.
Yep.
Is we gonna celebrate or not?
Yep. Correct.
It's that's tangible.
Yeah.
Okay, they ain't gonna pay us. If everybody stop going to work, they ain't gonna get paid neither.
Correct.
Them facts.
Yep.
Cause everybody who work at we gonna say McDonald's.
Yep.
Everybody in there ain't black, everybody in there ain't white, everybody in there ain't Hispanic. But everybody in there.
Yep. Yep. Correct.
So if everybody wasn't in there,
Yep.
somebody'll be mad about they McCafe.
Somebody be looking at wonder where they at.
Where they at?
Yep.
The ice cream machine broke.
See,
The whole McDonald's broke, bitch, today.
yeah. See, but that's what it comes down to. See, that's what we forget, man. You start affecting some pockets. You start affecting some pockets. You get whatever you want done.
They know that they doing it to us.
They doing to us. Correct.
They gave niggas $1,400.
Come on, man.
Man, gave niggas $1,400. Niggas quit their job. Nigga. You see that?
Who quit their job? Who you know?
I know what, man. This is common knowledge now that the workforce is struggling because people ain't working.
Yeah, because you get paid more by collecting, which ain't a bad thing. Like,
is it not? Is it? Why it ain't a bad thing?
I said it's not a bad thing because now the businesses have to look at themselves, right? People rather sit at home and collect these checks and not have to deal with all the high school foolishness. You know, these aren't just regular. Majority of them aren't just regular professionals sitting at home,
right?
Because regular professionals, you know, they have other options,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So I prefer to the ones who sit there. So a
lot of people
know
the ones sitting at home getting the $1,400.
Yeah, because they limited in their options, whatever they life decisions or the case may be.
Right.
Right. But for those who are going to the like say the McDonald's, going to like the restaurants and the retail and all that stuff, and they think about, okay, I gotta go show up to this job. They're gonna treat me like crap. I got management that gonna treat me terrible. People that come in gonna treat me terrible. I know I chose this, and I know this is probably all I can do right now. And someone may be trying to do better, whatever the case may be. But for the overall, they have a job that sucks. And yeah, we can say, well, yeah, they chose that. Okay, I get that to a certain degree. But if you ain't never done food service, you know what I'm saying? You'll never understand what they're going through. So
yeah,
to a certain
like swap paychecks with them.
Come on, man.
They'll tell you.
Yeah, they'll tell you. Yeah, think about it, man. Like,
so now you got all these people sitting at home getting money from the government.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then the government turn around and say, hold on, from now on, we're only going to give money to vaccinated people.
Mm-hmm. Switch that game up on you.
So what I'm saying is, by you sitting at home taking the money, you are now putting yourself in a position to need them.
Yeah, but that's always the end game.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
When you were saying it's a good thing that people get to say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is it?
Yeah. But once again, because it's hard. I'm not in that situation, right? So I can't really say fully. But I know if I'm going from making 300, bringing 300 home a week, you know what I'm saying? Compared to what I'm bringing home now, you see what I'm saying? They're not looking at the price of it. They're looking at the fact that now I can do a little bit more type deal.
So I've seen them speaking about the corporations buying the real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say the McDonald's you work for, gives everybody who work for them somewhere to live.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you work for them, you got somewhere to stay.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you don't, because the corporations own all of the real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So now you don't work for them no more. You don't have no you have no house, no home, no shelter. So you got to go to another plantation.
Correct.
To get shelter.
Mm-hmm.
If they own all of the real estate, all of the farms, ain't no cash.
Yep. But you got that when you go to graduate school, when kids go to school. You got to pay to be there, or you're on a scholarship. And if you're in grad school, you got to you on the scholarship, you're paying to be there. And then when you're no longer there, or you get kicked out, or something happens, you don't meet the qualifications somewhere in the line. You don't hold your end of the bargain. You have to leave.
But what I'm saying, if they own everything, they monopolize all the real estate. Ain't no leaving. You gonna leave what?
Yeah, I don't want to name drop. There's a.
You see what I'm saying?
I know, because we have it here. We have it here.
I know. I'm trying to draw a picture.
I know, and it's hard to draw this picture because we want to put that name there.
Say it. Shit.
We want to put that name there.
You can't leave.
You can't leave. Think about it now, like currently.
You can't leave.
Currently, right now, you can't.
You can't leave.
Where you gonna rent? No, I'm saying, where you gonna rent? Where you gonna rent at? Like people can't even afford rent right now.
It's like even the I want to go on vacation, right? Because I feel like this might be my last chance to go bullshit.
Yeah.
And take pictures on the beach.
Yeah.
And post it on Facebook like everybody else. So let me get my chance in, because I'm trying to wait till I can afford it.
Yeah.
But
correct.
right now it look like it gonna be some shit going down. So I better go on and do it now.
You better ride out.
So I want to go on vacation, but they got the stipulations with the pandemic.
Yep.
I ain't going through all that.
All that red tape.
So since I ain't going through all the red tape, I can't go.
Can't go nowhere. You better find your hotel up the road somewhere. With a pool.
Go to Myrtle Beach like everybody else. Stay in that dirty water.
Look, yo, we just went up the road to Commerce, man.
Yeah.
Got a hotel room. Because, like, once again, man, like, there's a price for everything. There's a price for everything. Like, you're not just getting this holiday thinking that's it. There's an expectation. There's an expectation. Because it's sad when you have to make a post saying, hey, Juneteenth, make sure you buy black-owned business. Don't go to Walmart getting that. Walmart, before one thing... no,
man, see, that shit gets so deep. Because, you know, Killer Mike tried this shit, right?
Yep.
And he found out he couldn't eat nowhere.
Yep. Oh, yeah, when it came down, yep. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
you don't have
Carl Kanai ain't Carl Kanai.
Correct. You don't have nothing.
Even if a black face on it, it ain't theirs. It's not yours.
Correct. You don't have nothing.
So
you haven't moved up anywhere.
if I buy something from a black person, say I buy a T-shirt from a nigga, he ain't make the T-shirt.
Correct.
He ordered some T-shirts and printed some shit on it, and I bought it from him. But at the end of the day, it still came from the system. So ain't no way around that.
Ain't no way.
But I can dig taking money out of my pocket, putting it into yours, and getting something for it.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I can dig that.
Yep.
But buying black, nigga, that's a myth. It's a unicorn.
Yeah. Like unless you with to some reason.
It's possible.
Yeah, depend on what it is.
But it's a unicorn.
Yeah, you probably be you buy from a black face, but some of their stuff is still gonna come from all over. Cause all my T-shirts come from all over.
You gonna go right in there and get that food that was grown by black people, and sit down in a chair made of China. Ain't no way around it, baby.
Look, I was just about to say, when I went to the flea market, there was this guy had a stand set up. I bought my knife. He has a Confederate flag behind him, and real Southern boy. I said, okay, cool, Southern man. I was like, cool, and I picked up the knife, and I looked at the flag, the knife from China, and I looked at the flag. I said, well, let me go buy that knife then. You don't care. Let me buy this knife,
Right.
man. Because we see the flag first, so we always hesitant. But I see the flag, I'm like, hey, cool, whatever. Because I know a few people. I mean, I went to South Carolina. There was a young black kid with a Confederate flag jacket on. So I don't get caught in that no more, man.
Ain't no need to get caught up in. Look at, go find out what the American flag mean.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean,
potatoes, man.
hey man.
But yeah, man, like you said though, everything's outsourced, man.
So man, at the end of the day, we're gonna have to stop living from the outside in.
Correct.
And live from the inside out. I'm working on that myself.
I mean, it's a daily task though.
Right, it's a daily task.
Because you gotta remind
minute
yourself.
to minute.
Yep. Daily task.
So reparations, Juneteenth, all that shit. Let's understand what that is.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be what it's gonna be, but let's understand what it is. And that way the lies don't get passed down generation.
Correct.
And then they do it again 400 years from now.
Yeah. You seen that meme where say they doing everything but making amendments.
And what is an amendment?
No, I'm saying they doing.
I'm saying, what does that mean?
Changing.
You fixing it, right?
Fixing it, yep.
Because it was fucked up,
It was
right?
messed up. That's it. Right? We doing everything but that. That's like me going home, knowing I done left the house. I don't fuss everybody out.
But it gonna take action.
Yep.
To change that. So we gonna, like I say, if we live from within, we ain't going to work. Because this ain't about feeling a certain way. It's about that don't make sense.
Yeah.
We're not doing that no more.
Yep.
It's gonna have to be some we.
We not doing that.
Not doing that no more.
But you know what that is though. If they ever truly sat down and made those amendments, you know what that's saying. We were wrong.
That's what I just said.
That's what I'm saying.
What does amend mean?
That's right.
They had to fix it. We fucked up.
But what America not gonna do is.
This is what America gonna do. America gonna say, hey, this is fucked up.
Yep.
So what we gonna do is amend the law to where it ain't that. That's what we gonna do. Yeah. That was against the law.
Yep.
We changed that.
Yep.
So you can do that now.
Yep. We changed this right here.
They not gonna lock the nigga up. They gonna fix the law where he okay now.
He okay now. Yep.
That's what America gonna do.
But if you do it a third time, then we gotta get them 3 strikes.
Nah, we amend shit. We just gonna amend it.
Yep.
That's what amendments is for.
Yep.
We write acts. They fucked up. We amend them.
Yep.
So we don't get in trouble.
Correct.
We put loopholes we can jump through to make sure it don't affect us the way we want it to affect you.
The product.
And you ain't gonna read it no way. But just in case you do.
Yep. It's there.
It's a loophole right there. You can't see it because it ain't for you to see. You'll never get a pair of these glasses to be able to see it.
Yeah, man.
So
it's the national treasure. You ever seen that? When you say glasses, he had to have a special type of glasses to read the map.
Oh, I'm not sure I saw that, but of course I've seen They Live.
Okay, I've seen that.
You gotta watch that.
Okay.
Everybody watch They Live. It got Roddy Piper and the other black dude who be in a lot of shit.
Oh, you talking about that old movie?
That old movie, They
Where
Live.
you put the shades
they
on?
put the glasses on.
Okay.
You watch that, you'll understand all the tricks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I saw it when I was young, and I got it when I was young.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, you used to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's normal.
Yeah, correct.
So you just go along because it's normal. But I saw the movie and I'm like, and then as you get older, you start to understand, yeah, this is a whole trick.
Yep.
Like you understand, Michael Jordan was just a marketing tool.
Yep.
It wasn't even about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It was about keeping you distracted and selling you shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they mad at Jordan because he like, give a fuck about shoes?
Right.
They weren't made for niggas. They was made for people with money.
Mm-hmm.
People with money can't buy my shoes.
Correct.
So how does somebody that got killed over the shoes affect me? It doesn't. They couldn't afford those shoes. So if they could afford them, they wouldn't have been around that person who could take them.
Man, we sold.
Do you see the mind fuck? But yeah, everybody watch They Live, man. Trust me, because we can have a whole discussion on that. Which is what I be doing anyway. It just ain't about the movie, because we living in the goddamn movie. But you got to watch the movie to understand the movie that we living in, because obviously niggas don't.
You should still 3D the fourth wall.
You see how long that fight scene was in that motherfucker?
Which one?
In They Live.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you never watched it?
I never watched it. I know what you're talking
Man,
about. I
you
haven't
gotta watch
seen
this shit.
I haven't, like, I know the
That
reference.
fight scene is about
I've seen it.
15 minutes long,
which
is representation of how hard it is to get people to put the goddamn glasses on.
Oh, okay.
He had to fight his friend because his friend wouldn't put on the glasses. He was trying to tell him, nigga, just put the glass on, you gonna see. Nigga wouldn't put the glass on. So they got him a 15-minute fight until he could make him put the glasses on.
He said he still had to make them.
He had to fight him for 15 minutes. Like, after 30 seconds, you're like, you know what, nigga?
Yeah.
You serious. You really don't want to put the glass on. And that's where we at. We get tired of trying to wake niggas up.
Yeah, you know, I was just thinking about that. Because I've seen people starting to post a little more. You and my wife were talking about it. And to me, I'm like, well, this is normal, because I've done, you know, so we've done the dive and got the information. But I don't say anything like that to knock, you know, so knock their journey. It's interesting in my head, like, like now people are starting to tap in.
Yeah, because I had to catch myself sometimes.
Yeah.
Because everybody's journey is their own, and there's different levels to the enlightenment.
Yeah.
So the people, you know, when you get a little piece of light, and you feel like, oh, I know some shit.
Yep.
And then you kind of get condescending to other people.
Yeah. Yep.
And you won't realize you're doing it because you're doing it from a space of love, but at the same time, your ego dancing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I gotta be careful with that because I be talking my shit, but at the same time, I know niggas that you got to talk to like that.
Yeah, correct.
So it's needed, but at the same, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Because I remember just being in the studio with niggas. I brought them in the studio because they talented. They can't impress me. They already have. That's why they here.
Yeah.
And then they'll read a rap to me, and I'll be like, "It's alright." they'll get in their feelings about that. Like, oh, this nigga ain't know my shit.
Look, when you just said that, I got my feelings. I ain't even read no rap sheet.
I'm saying, I'm not here to stroke your ego.
Yeah. I'm with you. But I'm just saying the way that tone just came out. I got my feelings, and I ain't even read no rap sheet.
But in my head, I'm telling them this alright. It's alright, cause I know you could go harder.
Yeah.
But what you wanted me to say was,
that fine.
ooh, let me suck your dick. See what I'm saying? So ego get in there in the way sometimes. I'm gonna give it to you how I give it to you.
Yeah.
I ain't here to be liked.
Yeah, correct.
You know what I mean? I'm not shooting this shit for likes. Because we all know what the likes do. What the algorithm does.
That dopamine. That dopamine
Right.
high.
No, I mean the algorithms for the system.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, still one of the same records, you still getting that dopamine high from.
Yeah, but
from
I mean, we know it. Okay. They took down Mr. Farrakhan page. Right?
Is that still down?
I don't know. I'm just saying they took it down, right? Because he got so much influence. He got so many eyes on him. He got so many likes.
Correct.
He ain't doing it for that. I'm gonna assume he not.
Yeah.
He Mr. Farrakhan.
Yeah.
But let's say he not.
Yeah.
He love people. He doing this because God spoke to him. Right? But he got so many eyes. Some of those eyes weren't there for the same reason as the others.
Yep.
So, likes, if you're doing it for likes, you got to understand when you do that, you opening the door for all attention.
Yeah, correct.
What you doing anyway, once you step on the web, on the internet, you know, you subject to whatever.
Yeah, correct.
But when you reaching for that, don't get mad when you pull your hand back and you got a handful of shit.
Yeah.
Like, people are literally in their head, I'm going to show off online so people can worship me. And then when they get on there to get worship and somebody throws tomatoes, they don't understand it.
Correct.
No, baby, this is open to all opinions.
Yep.
And I got tomatoes for you. I don't think your car is that cool as you thought it was when you posted it.
Yep.
But you expected me to worship your ride. And you got people out there who literally just trolls.
Yep.
I enjoy trolling. You know, so. Cause a friend of mine posted the other day, he was like, hey man, y'all forgive me, man. I posted my cars online the other day. And I look back at it and say that wasn't very humble of me. So I took it down. And I just commented on it. Hey my nigga, it's all about intention. What was your intention when you posted it? So his intention
was
to get worship, and now he feel bad about it because he know that's narcissistic, egotistical bullshit. Which ain't nothing wrong with that if that's who you is.
Yeah.
But you know it come with that.
Yep.
So don't be mad when that come too. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, correct.
But I was just explaining to him, like, I know there's people out there who worked from nothing and built their shit up, and they want a pat on the back for it. I ain't feeding into that. Because me and you both know about some accolades I've been given.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to be the one to say how I felt about my journey.
Cool.
I already felt like that. So y'all late by giving me whatever accolade.
Yeah.
I already felt like that. I'm cool.
Yeah.
But you got people who feel like, oh, I broke my neck to get here. To get where though?
Yeah. Correct. Where?
You know what I'm saying? I hate to sound negative. Like, work ain't necessarily supposed to be worshipped. Like you put the work in because you're supposed to put the work in.
Okay. Yeah. It's almost like when the kids graduate from kindergarten, they go to first grade, like you're supposed to though.
Yeah, right.
Like that's how I respond. Like you're supposed to. I don't get. Like what do you want? You're supposed to do these things.
What you got was not an ass whipping.
Right.
That's what you got.
That's what you got. Literally.
So,
but like you're supposed to though.
You know, so we get caught up in the audience, man. When there wasn't no audience, we was knee deep, neck deep, grinding. As soon as we get an audience,
love a little bit.
We forgot.
Correct.
You know, and then we want to celebrate. I celebrate in private all the time. And it got to a point where they just called me an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I know what I've been through.
Yeah, correct.
I know why I'm drinking. You wasn't there, and I didn't do it for you. So you're not supposed to understand it.
Correct.
So everybody need to understand when you want to post your new cars and shit and this and that. Everybody not gonna understand that, cause they'll say some shit like, "Oh, just because people posting their accomplishment, that don't mean they bragging." That's a fucking lie. That's exactly what it is. And I see, and they saying that because they thinking bragging is a bad thing.
Or they trying to water it down a little bit.
They trying to water it down because they think it's a bad thing. They don't want to be doing nothing bad. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's people that don't have, and you put it in their face like, "Hey, look what I got." So that's all bragging is.
Correct.
And that's all you doing, whether you want to admit it or not. But don't get over here and act like it ain't what it is. By watering it down, talking about, "Oh, I'm just proud of myself. I'm just feeling myself." Well, do it to yourself then. Right? You don't masturbate in front of everybody.
Right.
That's for you. And with that being said, Jen, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
Go Ninja, go.
Y'all know to find me, Lou Morningstar, on all platforms. I appreciate everybody who subscribed. Real talk. Everybody who subscribed that wants this perspective. And we out this piece.
Hit them with the shango, ain't finna tango. Niggas in the flesh, you got me confused with ADOS. Darkness the light, God shine like Mako, cause the universe say so, not the laws of the Anglo. Gold horns on my halo, demigods on my payroll. Black tea, no dashiki, and my jury come from Cairo. Holy fire blazing, wine tasting the libations. Lower vibrations, feeling the God through my game. Cosmic cocaine, crystallization, supply patience. COD, I got an issue with my patience. GOD, my first eye is dilating from psychedelic shrooms like boom, the sky painted. Created and I fade to black like I faded. Time really don't exist, it's always die, ain't it? So maybe all this new shit we doing is really ancient. Through a reality, God created Christ and Satan.
Why I need a problem with you? I keep a problem with me. I ain't really caught up on sides. Just let me ride my city.